we're back on track again, thanks to my yoga angels. Come and sit, take your bricks. Coming to place yourself on the bricks, sitting in Swastika-san, Virasana, whatever works best for the base of your pose. Withdraw the buttock flesh so that you expose the knuckles of the buttock bones onto that support of the bricks. So please take wooden bricks or the real bricks that you found on the side of the road so that you feel the firmness of the buttocks rooting down through that firm base of the pose. It allows us to feel that true connection with the earth. Bring the palms into Atmanjali Mudra and straighten the spine into its natural curve so that you bring yourself onto your axis. Dropping that plumb line through the crown of the head, all the way through the center of the body, down to the space in between the buttock bones. Relax the shoulders, releasing them away from the ears, and as if they roll down the back body. Let the shoulder blades settle onto the back ribs as they melt down the back body. Soften the gaze of the eyes, allowing the eyes to rest back into the sockets. As if the eyes rest behind the cheekbones. And you're still quiet. Letting the awareness come and rest in the breath for a moment. And allowing the breath to follow its own course. As it flows in and out of the body. Maybe a little irregular, maybe sometimes short and long. Sometimes the inhale longer, sometimes the exhale. Just allowing the breath to be as it is. And as you find the breath and the mind start to settle, just gently chanting internally on, feeling the inner vibration of that sound. Where does it resonate for you? Maybe the lower, the middle, the upper torso. Maybe in the head cavity. Just recognizing that inner resonating of Om. And complete the breath you're on. Broadly ease the sternum upwards towards the collarbones, spreading the collarbones, releasing the shoulders down the back body, maintaining that lift of the front chest. Release the back of the head, the back of the neck, and bring your chin to your chest. For a moment, internally bowing to the heart center, to the inner self, the soul, the Atman. In a sense of acknowledgement and gratitude. Gratitude for this inner guru, this inner innate knowing and wisdom. Release your hands onto your inner knees, your thighs, raise your head. And slowly, gently, let the eyes come open, the gaze of the eyes coming back to the horizon. Once more, good morning, greetings, and let's begin our practice this morning. Coming into Uttanasana, I'm going to demonstrate facing forwards initially. So have the feet slightly wider than the hips, parallel the feet, and folding forwards. So we're going to start off this morning at least, so be at the back of your mat, parallel the feet, and bring your bricks way far forward. For those of you that you find the hamstrings are a little short and the back tends to be rounded, get your chair, and as I've said before, it could be a dining chair, and either the hands to the seat of the chair, or even if the back is still pumping up like that, then put your hands onto the back rest of the chair. So I'm going to take the bricks, walking the bricks as far forward as I can, and root down through the 4 points of the soles of the feet, the mound of the big toe, the small toe, inner outer heel, making that standing equal. And give yourself a moment to recognize where is the preference, maybe your outer left heel or the little toe of the right foot. Bring the legs absolutely vertical, and then from there, cut your inner groins back to the wall behind you as you take your outer hips equally firmly to the wall behind you. So that in Uttanasana, once you've lifted right from the arches of the feet, move the lower, the middle, and the upper front thigh firmly back onto the thigh bone. So it's like you want to move the bones of the thighs back to the wall behind you, so that from the thighs moving back, you can shoot the pubic plate through the sternum all the way to the collarbone. Spread the collarbones and now lengthen the front body as you move the inner groins, the outer hips firmly back, front thighs to back thighs. Front body long. Then from there, remove your bricks. If the chair is there, you might have to move it also out of the way, but keeping your heels firmly onto the floor, start to walk your hands as far forward as you can, keeping the heels to the floor. So maybe for today, some of you might only be here, but keep the heels down, walking the hands forward. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Once more firmly coming back to that focus of the inner groins, the outer hips cutting back, lower, middle, upper thigh, moving back to the thigh bone. Thigh bones to the back thighs. Lift the thighs. Adho Mukha Svanasana. From there, walk your hands back once more. If needs be, if the back is an issue, slightly bend your knees, put your hands on the front of your thighs, shoot the front body forwards to come. Just observe for a moment that we're going to take Parshva Uttanasana. So if you need your bricks still, please use your bricks or your chair. And what you can do is slide the bricks to the right when we come into Parshva. Parshva means flank. So the sides of the trunk want to remain equally long as you shift to the side. So either hands to the floor in front of you, to your bricks or your chair. Inner groins, cut them back. Outer hips, cut them back. Now, keeping this left legs, inner groin, outer hip moving back, shift your trunk to the right and bring your hands to the side. Your hands come down, or you might be shifting your bricks to the side if you're up here, or your chair, you just slide your chair along. But from there, cut this inner left groin back, outer right hip back. It's like you want to pin this right buttock bone up to the ceiling so that both sides of the trunk are equally long. And release from the pubis to the sternal notch, the front body long. Come back to center. And then pinning this right inner groin, outer left, right hip back, move to the left. Release the head. Create space between the pubis, the navel, the sternum. Come back to center. Put your hands on the front of your thighs. Coming up. Uttita Parsvakonasana. We're going to take the wall. So setting your foot up against the wall, left foot up against the wall, right leg to come in. Take the legs wide. Roll the whole of this right inner thigh out. I'm going to do the other side so that this is my major. In fact, I'll stay this way for this time. Okay. So roll this inner thigh out, inner groin back. From there, inhale, coming to the right angle. For today, take your right hand inside your knee. If you need your brick, please have it. From here, inner groin of that back leg cuts back, outer hip back, and use this front arm to comb that inner knee away and draw from that inner knee, the hip into the socket. And from there, take your arm up and over the heel. Uttita Parsvakonasana. Keep easing that inner front leg's thigh away as you deepen the buttocks into the body, opening the groins. From there, inhale, come up. Turn your feet to face forwards and step to face the other side. I'm going to repeat again so that I don't have my back to you. So now left foot up against the wall and right leg forward. Sorry, right leg up against the wall, left leg forward. From there, pressing that outer right foot into the wall, bend your left knee. Bring this leg into the right angle. Even if it means you need to put your hand onto this knee to support it, but create a right angle. From there, bring your hand down, inner groin of the back leg, outer hip of the back leg, firmly moving back. So lower, middle, upper thigh, hitting that thigh bone. The back leg is the brain of the pose. So the firmness of this, the stability of this leg allows more mobility in this leg. Take your arm up and over. Now, lengthen from inner groin to the inner knee of this front leg. Scoop your buttocks into the body. Turn the whole of your trunk to look up at the ceiling, right from your lower abdomen. Inhale, come up. Bring your feet to face forwards. Step the feet together. Be in Tadasana for a moment. Gather yourself together. Let the breath settle. From there, Parsvakonasana. So staying with the back heel to the wall, left leg back, right leg forward. Once more, just like we did in Uttanasana. Even those of you that have long hamstrings for today, at least use your bricks. The others, as I said, if hamstrings are short, you can bring the chair, use the backrest of the chair, so that you get the space in the front body. So the heart center always open. Otherwise, you can take the hands to the seat of the chair. But minimum for today, the bricks. So press the outer left heel deep into the wall. Tadasana on your right foot and your left foot. Now under the big toe, little toe, inner heel, outer heel. Now inner groins, cut them back. Remember Parsvakonasana. Outer hips, cut them back. So the hips, the sacrum remain aligned. Now that long front body. Then you go as far forward as you can. Shoulders down the back body. Remember a few weeks ago that gathering of the dorsal so that the heart center can spread. Parsvakonasana. So there's the Parsva again, both sides of the trunk. Equally well. You come up, to face forward, step your feet together, and then take your right leg back, turning that foot slightly out. Align the hips, inner groins cutting back, outer hips cutting back, and forwards. especially that back leg. And you roll that inner groin back and you cut that outer thigh, outer hip back. Remember the front thighs, lower, middle, upper front thigh. Move them back so that as the thighs cut back, the pubis shoots forward through the sternal notch. Passive, quiet, sattvic head. Let the rajas, let the action be in the legs, the limbs, the trunk. It's always quiet. And then from there, come up, turn your feet to face forward, step your feet together. Do have your chair handy, you might use it. From there, take something to sit on. It might be one of your phones, it might be a folded blanket. Some of you I know are very comfortable on the floor, so please do take the floor. We're going to be doing Baddha Konasan or Pavishta Konasan. So if you find, for example, the hips and the groins a bit tight and the knees up here, the higher you sit. So in other words, if I take two phones, my groins are going to be able to soften and the knees will ease down. So sit lower if you're able to and come and sit in Baddha Konasan. If you can't hold the toes, for example, if I face this way, if you can't hold the toes with the spine on its axis, then please for today, just hold the front of the shin bones. But once more, come into that plumb line where you follow the natural curves of the spinal column. And come and sit, Baddha Konasan. Just like you did in Uttita Konasana, release the inner groin. Remember that front leg. Inner groin releases to the knees. The outer knees draw the hips back into the socket. Wonderful massage for the hip joints, this particular sequence that we're doing today. Softening of the groins, a lot of tight groins when there's a lot of tension that we hold for various reasons. And it creates mental tension too. So have a sense of just sitting, being, pressing the whole of the sole of the foot one into the other. Even those of you with nice out, open hips, let the ball mound of the big toe connect for today. Soften, let go, this habitual gripping and holding in the groins. Even if it means the knees are up here. Let it go, let it soften. Take your outer knees to draw your legs up so the groins don't become tense. And then from there, if you need your support, so stay on your support and bring your feet wide. Uppavishta Konasana. Extend through the whole of the back of the legs. So like you were doing in your standing poses. Lower, middle, upper thigh. Move to the thigh bone. So the thigh bone moves to the floor. The inner groins releasing down, the outer hips cutting down. Take your hands to the mound of the big toe. For those of you that can't hold the big toe, just be here for today. But once more importantly, these inner groins, outer hips moving down to keep this space. That concave upper back is far more important than how far we go forwards, because then this heart center can remain spacious. The lungs have space to breathe. So even if you only move 1 millimeter, it's fine. But for the others, if you can take hold of the big toe, now press the inner groins, outer hips down. Open the backs of the knees and stretch so much through the back of the legs that the back of the ankle, the back of the knee become one with the floor. Very important that. And this comes from the strength that we build up through our standing poses. Easing forwards. Lengthen, pubis to sternal notch. Spread your collarbones. Press the outer back thighs down. From there, come up. Take your left hand in front, your right hand behind, root down through both buttock bones and lift up. So now once more, that back leg as such, inner groin, outer hip, like we did in Parsvatanasana. Turn to the right. Left hand onto your outer right knee. Come onto your axis. Root the buttocks down, shoot the spine up. Come back to center and turn to the left. Back at the thighs, back at the knees, back at the ankles, one with the other. The grounding allows the rebounding to lift. Take your right hand onto your outer left knee. So here we're beginning Parshva Upavishta Konasa. Come back to center. For those of you that need a belt, please take a belt and make a small loop with your belt. So some of you might need a bigger loop to be able to hold, but have this loop so that you can push more into the foot and draw back. No good holding here, it just is a completely different action. So if the loop, you take the loop to whatever size is best for you to keep that lift to the front part of it. So once more, come and turn to the right. Ground both buttocks, inner groins, outer hips cutting back, especially this back leg. Take your left hand onto your outer right knee, lift up and turn. Slide your hand down the outer foot. Bring your right hand to the outer calf, lift up. If you need your belt, have your belt now. But that loop. Lengthen both sides of the trunk. So as you turn to the right, lengthen those right side ribs. Lift equally, left and right side of the pubis sternum. And then from there, take your hands to the heel, or you're holding the loop with both hands, whatever length the loop might be. Think of moving this inner groin, outer hip, outer back thigh down from the heaviness, from the stability. Allow the mobility of the trunk to come forwards. Keep easing the right side ribs more to the right to soften the left side ribs to the right. Inhale, come up. Turn to the left. If you need your belt, put it on your left foot. Right hand onto your outer left knee. Lengthen equally both sides of the trunk. Ease upwards from the pubis to the sternal notch. Pin this outer right hip, inner groin down, this outer right thigh, cut it down. Feel the more stable and heavy you make this leg, the more mobility in the trunk. Press with your left hand, lift the trunk. And on the exhalation, turn. Parshva Upavishta Konasa. Heavy legs. Inhale, lengthen the pubis to the collarbones. Open the heart center as you breathe out. Inhale, come up. Take hold of the inner knees, passive inner groins. Draw your legs together, come into Baddha Konasana. Now, if you find that you can't keep the spine in its natural axis, has your belt. Take your belt and put it around your outer ankles. Draw your feet as close to your pubis as you can. Otherwise, you're holding the big toes. Soften the inner groins. Release the inner thighs. Lift from pubis to sternal notch. Roll the shoulders back. Feel as if you're going to broadly bring your heart center forward of the big toes. Adho Mukha, downward facing Baddha Konasana. Inner groins releasing down. Outer hips pinning back and down. So from this stability, the trunk shoots forward, shoulders away from the ears. Once more, as there's rajas, like the ocha, the fire in the trunk, in the limbs, Let there be sattva, quiet, stability in the head. Come up. Take your hands to your outer knees, draw your legs together, and extend the legs away from you. Let the knees open for a moment, let them ease, let them rest. Dandasana. From there, we're going to go into Parivrtta Janu Shirshasana. So, bending up your left knee, like you did in Baddha Konasana, you're going to take your right leg as wide as you can. Everybody, please take your chair. You're going to turn your chair so that the seat faces towards you and you can slide your leg underneath. So taking this inner thigh, inner knee away to draw back from that outer hip. Take your hand through and just check. Can you hold the big toe, making that mudra, that seal with the middle finger, index finger, and the thumb? If you can hold, great. If you can't, there are all sorts of other things, well, in this chair, but maybe if you've got a different chair, you can hold the leg of the chair, you can hold the seat of the chair. But what's more important here is that you rest your head. Let your right ear completely rest down. So if it means you need to get a phone, you need to take bricks to prop yourself up, whatever it is, get your head to be completely passive. So passive inner groins, anterior, inner, back groin, all soft. This area quiet. So if this knee is high and raised, please just take supports along your thighs and support that as well, so that this area is completely soft. So let go this leg, let it be heavy, let it ease away and down, and come and rest your head onto the chair. Taking your right arm, either pin this outer left hip down, ease from the inner groin to the inner knee. So just like you did in Utthita Konasana, same action, drawing from the knee, the hip into the socket. So this buttock, like it's got a little tennis ball or something shooting into it, so that this can soften and open. From there, extend your left arm away from you, head passive, resting the head, completely sattvic head. Take the arm up and over. So here's Utthita Konasana, that top part. If you can, walk your hand a little further over the arm of the chair. Now, ease that inner left knee, pin it down, move your left buttocks into the body, and lengthen your right side ribs. Relax your right shoulder, and then you turn. Keep the head passive, but can you bring those right back ribs into the body? Can you ease your left side ribs back? And cover. Let's do the other side. So, bending up your right leg. Extend your left leg away from you. And chair over this leg. Remember the leg in Upavishta Konasana, back of the knee, back of the ankle firmly into the floor. So this leg tremendously active. Lower, middle, upper thigh, pinning down. If you need to support this right leg, please do so. But remember, most importantly, this area, soft, your head quiet. Take the arm through, making that mudra or holding wherever you need to on the chair. You might be up here. If that is the case, please just take blankets, cushions, bricks, but let the head be resting as this is resting. And then from there, ease through from the groin to the knee, allowing this knee to roll back and pin it down. So, Janu Shirsha. Janu is the knee. Shirsha, as most of you know, is the head when we do Shirshasana. It's the head of this knee that's a point of departure to be able to go into this pose. Extend your right arm up, Take this right arm up and over, holding backrest, or even walking over. If you have that capacity, it's wonderful to be able to push and then turn. But keep your head resting. Let the trunk turn. Ease these left side ribs forward. Ease these right side ribs back. Use your breath. On the inhalation, pin this left thigh, that outer right knee down, right from the inner knee. Exhale, breathing out. Turn your trunk. Turn to look up at the ceiling. And then release. Come up. We're going to go a little deeper into Paravrita Janushasana. So for those of you that this is as far as it is, please repeat stage 1. So now once more, going back, left leg bent, right leg extended, turn towards your left leg. So now it's as if you want to place your spine onto that thigh. Pin this inner left knee away and down. Slide your right arm forward and take your left arm up and over, holding the outer foot. Your right arm is forward. Walk yourself forward so that you bring the shoulder blade in front of the thigh. For those of you that are not quite down, take a support, take your brick, but have something that this elbow can rest onto. Because the pressing down of that elbow will allow you to lift and turn the trunk more. So from there, ease these side ribs forward, bending your right elbow. Now, pin your left knee away and down. Heavy right thigh. Use your hands, use your shoulder blade to turn. Head passive, just like it was on the chair. Inhale, lengthen your right side ribs as you pin your left knee, right thigh down. Exhale, turn. Inhale, come up. Extend your left leg, then your right leg. Turn towards the right. Lift both sides of the trunk, Pajva, extend those flanks, and then fold, like you're going to rest your spine on your leg. Take your right arm up and over, holding the outer foot. Walk this hand forward. As you push it down, you can already get the rotation of the rib cage of the navel band. And then when you've gone as far as you can, pressing that elbow down. As I said, if you don't reach the floor in your up cat, please press on something, because this pressing down creates the space to be able to turn more. Now breathe in, press that right knee away and down, heavy left thigh. Lengthen from the hip to the armpit. Relax your left shoulder and now breathe out. Left side ribs forward, right side ribs back. Head quiet. Inner groins soft. Inhale, come up. I'm sitting forwards. Bend your left knee. Stretch your legs away from you. Dandasana. Hands alongside you. Let the knees come open. Let the spine ease up. And from there, we're going to take a supported postural Tanasana. So take whatever, as I've said, for those of you, like you did in your Tanasana, if you need to sit higher, sit on 2 phones. If this is a supported pose, ending your practice. So don't push it. Just be more in a sense of, now I'm easing off, now I'm winding down. So for those of you that need to sit higher, you take your chair, you sit on 2 phones, and take your legs as wide as the chair. Bring your chair in so that you can rest the head. You might need a brick and the arms coming forward, but get the settling in of the dorsal spine. And then you can ultimately, I will instruct you, rest your hands. The others, if folding forwards is a little more easy, take your feet for today to be apart. Everybody sitting up, draw the buttock flesh back, roll these back thighs out. So here's that inner groin releasing down. Pin your outer hips back and down, like you are pinning these buttocks back. You're rooting them back so that from the heaviness of the thighs, the legs are active, but the pubis, the front body, can shoot forward. Those of you, even the fold easily, please for today have your feet hip width and supporting your head. So that with the legs wider like this, we get space to release, to spread, to lengthen this lower back. And if there is any tightness, any aching from your practice, let it go. So take a height that is good for you. Heavy front thighs, lower, middle, upper. So back of the knee, back of the ankle, deep into the earth. There's no gap here. Otherwise, you rather come higher. This is far more important, that the heaviness of the legs allows this ease in this melting pool. And once you've attained and got your head sattvic, resting, then let go of your hands. Like you almost find a sense of Shavasana in Paschimottanasana. Breathe. Now you can allow the eyes to close. Allow the inhalation to ease from the pubis to the navel to the sternal notch. In that pause, allow the shoulders to broadly release down the back body. And as you exhale, let the exhalation be a little longer, letting your shoulder blades, like gentle wings, rest into the back body, allowing a sense of that settling to open and spread your heart, softly opening the heart center. Once more, inhaling up the front body, pause, releasing the broad collarbone, shoulders down the back body. Exhale, those root of the wings settling into your dorsal thoracic to open your heart. Inhale, open your eyes, put your hands alongside your knees or onto the seat of your chair. And sitting up, remove your cup, and for today, take your chair because it's been handy and slide closer to your chair, putting your calves onto the seat of the chair and your legs almost at the vertical. Let the chair come to you. And then from there, take your hands onto your sticky mat, gripping, pull on your sticky mat and bring your shoulders, your shoulder blades, scrub them broadly down to the chair. Roll your inner upper arms out so that you can take your arms about 45, 50 degrees away from the side body. And let the back of your middle finger be like the center spine of your arms and your palms. Soften the skin on the palms. With the outer shoulders, the outer shoulder blades rest into the earth so that the spinal column can be light, buoyant. Soften the eyes deep into the sockets and allow the eyeballs to feel as if they rest behind the cheekbones, as if in pools of liquid. Release the lower jaw. Let the tongue rest passive into the floor of the mouth. Relax the very root of the tongue. Let go completely. Gradually, as you prepare yourself to come back into the space, into your body, with the inhalation, become a little fuller. Then you bend your elbows, place your palms on your trunk, feeling the gentle rise and fall of the abdomen, the chest, as you breathe in, as you breathe out. And by one, draw up your legs so your feet rest on the edge of the chair. Be aware of the back body resting into the earth. Extend your right arm over your head and keeping the legs well tucked up. Roll, melt onto the right. Let the lower back be broad and long, and as if you lift yourself up by threads from your lower back. Let the head be heavy. Let the head be the last thing to come up. Come and sit in Sukhasana, happy, contented pose, palms into Anjali Mudra. Let the breath settle to be as it feels it needs to be right now. Surrender the mind to the heart. And let your heart smile open. Namaste.